Hey guys, homework from chapter 10. So we're going to look at linear correlation and regression. We'll look at a couple of homework problems for it. So here's an example. Suppose IQ scores were obtained from 20 randomly selected sets of couples. Okay, so 20 randomly selected sets of couples. The 20 pairs of measurements yield, I have my X mean and my Y mean. These are still means, okay? What it is I have two different sets. I have my X axis and my Y axis, okay? Because what we're looking at here is what's scatter plot. I have an R value that shows me that there is a positive linear correlation. It's close to 1. I have a P value that is 0. So automatically, as soon as I see that, I don't even need to look at my significance level. I have a very good idea of what I'm going to do in this problem. I'm going to take the value that they asked me and place it into the linear equation that they've developed from their data. The significance level is 0.05. So let's just write down some of our key data that we have here. We have an R value that shows positive, strong positive linear correlation. Okay, so R equals 0.912. Okay, R equals 0.912. If you don't mind, let me just move this out of the way so we can actually just see the screen that we're writing on. And then this shows strong positive linear correlation. There's an A in there. And then what we're looking at is a line that looks like this. Positive slope rising from left to right, okay? X-axis, Y-axis. So I have strong linear correlation with my Y value. My P value is 0. And in my significance level, that's the Greek letter alpha, my significance level was 0.05. Well, what that tells me that I need to do with my problem is simply use the linear equation that they've come up with, and I substitute in my value, okay, into the regression equation. So the regression equation that they gave, let's see, they give us an X value. Let me write that down first, okay. X is an IQ value of 94. So my Y hat value here set. I'm going to take and I'm going to substitute in there for X equal to 94. Calculator. So I'm going to say a negative 18.67 plus 1.18 times 94 gives me 92.25. Let's pull back over what we have. Round to 2 decimal places, so let's see, 92.25. Excellent. One other question. Okay, so for 50 randomly selected speed dates, attractiveness rating by females of their, or males of their female date partners. Okay, so that's X. So we're looking at the male rating the female as being X. And then the female dating the male is going to be my Y. Alright? And then the ratings from 1 to 10, and then the 50 paired ratings yield these values. This is my X mean and this is my Y mean. My R value, it's a small negative number, meaning that there's not a positive correlation that goes on there, and that it's really not linear, it's very close to 0. My p-value is not 0. Okay, my p-value, let's look at our significance level. Significance is 0.10. My p-value is greater. So right there, that tells me what I need to do with the problem. So let's write down some information so we know what our x and y's are for this problem. But here's the thing, is that my r value is showing negative correlation, and it doesn't show linear either. So my negative, and how about I say this, lacks linear correlation. Okay, is what I'm seeing from that problem. What further cements it is that I have a p-value that is greater than my significance level. 0.128 is greater than 0.10. So what that tells me is that I am just going to take the mean value of what's given. So what they turn around and do is they ask us, find the best predicted value of y hat. There's my regression equation right there. Attractiveness rating by female of males. Okay, so they're going to give us our x value. Okay, and should that correlate? Does that have a linear correlation, a positive linear correlation for how the male sees the female? No, I simply pull up my y value of 6 and I'm able to use it. So let's look at our actual equation again. Here, there's my x value, x equals 9, but there is not a positive linear correlation to show that as x increases, y increases. So all that I do is I use my y main. And that's my best predicted value of y hat. Okay guys, those are your main concepts outside of your definitions. If you honestly know the definitions and the concepts, what these problems are asking you, talking about, the math behind it is insignificant. It's being able to conceptualize, take the data that they give you, and be able to translate it to the actual problem that they give. Continue to watch the publisher's videos. Again, structure and critically think about your work as you're working through the problems. Good luck with your homework.